Hello, members of the Pride, and welcome to another vlog. So this time's going to be a bit of a technical vlog, not super technical, because I'm not terribly technical. But I thought maybe I'd bring you up to speed on some of the things that have happened. As some of you may, well, I'm sure all of you are aware that a lot of my recordings. Both in the past and especially for my time at Porsche and including this current one for Garden Paws, every time I record and then I afterwards try to edit, it seems to end up on YouTube in this letterbox, either like this or worse, it's like in a square. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the mic there. And that's been driving me crazy because it's been an ongoing issue for like 2.5 years, ever since I started this channel. I have been struggling with trying to figure out why it is that I can't seem to edit this. I seem to record in the wrong format, and then I edit it. And when I edit it, I can't edit it out. And even when I try to record in the right format, I bring it to the editing table, and it still messes up. And I can't figure out, for the life of me, why it has been doing that up until, I think, now. I may have worked out the bugs on it. And so you guys aren't going to be able to see the results of the changes I've made for probably at least about a week or two. Because of the number of episodes. You guys know I have to record ahead of time, just long in advance, for me to be able to keep up with my particular time schedule. As usual, time is always an issue for me. And until I can actually make this my career, which, I mean, who knows, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but until it does, time is always a problem with me. So uploading ahead of time is it's a fact of life for me. So I have made changes to my recording setup. I think I have fixed it. I don't know. And I'm honestly not going to be able to know for a while. Mainly because I can't really. It's nighttime right now, and when I'm recording this, I think I've made all the corrections that I can do, and I've made some test recordings. I've done some test editing, and I've done a couple of test uploads, and I think I have finally fixed it, at least for my time at Porsche and for Garden Paws. Whether I have fixed this for any other game, whether this is even going to work, I don't know. And until I'm able to have another recording session and I'm able to record properly and be able to edit properly, I won't know for certain, but I think I hate this cord. I wish I was able to use my longer cord, because I have like this nice long like cord, but unfortunately the stupid like things that those little like grooves where you plug it in and it holds there, for whatever reason they don't seem to work on this thing. I kind of got gypped on it. I'm gonna have to get another cord again. I tell you. But anyway, I think I have finally fixed the issue. The tests that I did with it seem to be finally getting rid of that letterbox effect. And I believe I've managed to make it work for both Garden Paws and for my time at Porsche. So cross your fingers. You guys should be seeing the results of that. For my time at Porsche, probably March 18th. And for Garden Paws, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, probably about the 16th. Because that's about as far ahead as I've been able to record and edit and upload. And I'm not going to be able to do another recording session for at least another week. At least. So, Let's cross our fingers, hope that this is actually going to work, and please, please, please let it work. So that is that news. Hopefully, we have got that squared away. Some other news might is again in the offing. There are several games coming up that I really, really want to tackle, and unfortunately, all those games are pretty big. For example, Ooblets. There is a game that's been in the offing, kind of been in pre-alpha for a long time, called Ooblets. It was released, I want to say it was released for the last E3. Maybe it was E3, maybe it was E3 2017. I'm not for sure. Off my head, I don't remember. It was either 2017 or 2018 for E3, and it received a lot of praise, especially since it's only a 2-developer game. Ooblets does look like a pretty cool game. It looks like the kind of game that maybe would do well on this channel. So I'm thinking maybe we might go down that way. Another game, there's one coming soon called Undead Horde, which looks to be like sort of a top-down, sort of like Dungeons 3 kind of game, where you're basically playing a necromancer and you're like creating hordes of zombies to be able to fight for you. And you all know my love for zombies. I'm a serious deadhead. And that seems to be like a pretty fun game and something that perhaps we might be able to put on this channel. I know I have done that I have done mature rated games in the past, and who knows, if I come across a game that I just go, okay, we've got to do this one, I may put an M-rated game on here again, but for the most part, I'm trying to stay away from M-rated games. I want to be able to keep this as family friendly as possible, and even if it turns out that I pick a game that's not family friendly, I will do my best to be able to warn you ahead of time, for one thing, with the ESRB that I do in front of each one, but also be able to at least maybe pull it back a little bit, draw it down a bit so that it's a little more kid friendly, and maybe like edit out some of the more brutal stuff. But there was also some other games that I've seen on here that look really, really good. Like, for example, I think I've told you about Legend, which right now the only release date for that is this year. And who knows if that's actually going to hold to it. But I'm very excited about Legend. That is definitely going to be a game that we do here. Subnautica Below Zero. I loved Subnautica. It was scary as hell half the time, and it was beautiful as all get out the rest of the time. It was an absolutely brilliant game. I loved the original game. I never did go back and play the original full version of it, mostly because I've had my hands full with so many other games that I want to get to, and so but I might do Subnautica Below Zero, but it's currently, the DLC is in early access, and I don't think I'm going to do I don't want to do a DLC in early access. You know what I'm saying? Does that just sound weird to you, that a DLC is in early access? I mean, for me, that just seems weird, because a game should, like the full game, the original game can go into early access. I'm not the biggest fan of early access, but I kind of understand it. But the DLC should be like tacked onto the original game from the beginning, not from the beginning, tacked onto the game like in its entirety is what I'm saying. For a DLC to be in early access just seems weird to me. So I'm probably going to wait on Subnautica Below Zero for it to at least be completed and get out of early access, and then perhaps I'll do it. And even then, that's a perhaps. Right now we have a lot of big games on our list. Including another one that I also saw that I'm interested in is Stranded Sails, Explorers of the Cursed Islands. Another really good game that looks very appropriate to this channel. Also looks very cool. And these are all really big games. The only possible exception would be Undead Horde. That doesn't look like a huge game. It looks like it would be a fairly straightforward game. But all like Ooblets and Re-Legend and Stranded Sails, even Subnautica Below Zero, all look like really, really big games. They would end up being really long series. Unless I kind of just abbreviated the series and only showed you bits and pieces, which I've never been one to do that. I prefer to show the full playthrough as much as possible. So, I don't know. That's a lot of really big games that I think would work really well for our channel, but are either not released yet, or they're so big that it's going to require an enormous amount of my time to be able to do it. Again, if I were doing this for, if I were doing this for a living, if I had I don't know, like a couple of hundred people, becoming patrons on my Patreon, and I could get another 10,000 subscribers that checked out my channel every day, I could probably make this into an actual real job. And if that were the case, then not a problem. I would be happy to do this for a living. I'd be able to just knock this out of the park, and I would do all those series, and I'd probably do something like Northern Lion does, and I would just upload 5 videos a day like he does. And I would just do each one of those in a row, and that would just become my career. That would be awesome. I would love that. But as it currently stands, 2 games is just about the edge of my limit that I can possibly do. I really wanted to start a second game, and the only one that felt like it was a good idea to do right now was Garden Paws. Obviously my time at Porsche isn't going anywhere for a long time. I fully expect that to go well over 200 episodes, probably closer to 300. It's a huge game, and it's kind of my flagship right now. And I love it too much to give it up anyway. So that's definitely going to be around no matter what. But I wanted to at least bring in one more game. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I've been wanting to do at least one more game to give the channel a little variety. So that's all in the works, and I think I've been going. Yeah, I've already been going for 15 minutes. So this is not going to turn into a huge, super long vlog like I always do, and I'm very sorry about that. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up that I am adding more games to the channel. I'm going to be trickling them in where I can, and when the other ones come out, I may have to start putting the current 2 games that I have on a rotational basis, just to be able to fit them all in, because I really, really want to play Ooblets, I really, really want to play Re-Legend, and I really, really want to play Stranded Sails. And when those pop, we're going to add them to the channel. But whether or not I'm going to be able to fit them all in, 5 big games at once, boy, that's going to be tough. But I do intend to do it. I intend to, and I've got my eye on a couple of other games as well. So I mean, there's so many great games right now, and I just want to play them all. And time is such a factor; it's such a problem. But hey, for you guys, it's absolutely worth it. For me, it's absolutely worth it because I love doing this. So that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to get you guys caught up with what's been going on with me. So that's going to do it for this particular vlog. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting down below. You guys continue to be just absolutely the wind beneath my wings, and you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, everyone, always remember that anyone can be a mouse that roars, but it takes someone special to be a lion that squeaks. So embrace your inner lion and squeak on! Boy, I've got a lot of big games ahead of me. uh, and trying to juggle like 2 or 3 other jobs at the same time as doing this. Who needs sleep? Sleep is for the weak.